Hi everyone, it's Jen Morgano with Cardamom by Jen Morgano. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from North America. I live on Long Island in the state of New York. I wanted to hop on today quick just to document some of my swap making process. What's a swap? Well, you make cards and you swap them with one another for the easiest explanation. Why am I doing that? I do a lot of swaps. If you follow my blog, you'll see a lot of times, oh, I participated in this swap or this mail away swap. But this coming weekend, November 12th, 2022, we are, some of us Stampin' Up! Demonstrators are meeting in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for an OnStage event put on by Stampin' Up! And one of the high points, there are many, many, many advantages and happy things that happen when you attend a Stampin' Up! Event. But one of my favorites is swapping with the other attendees. I like to make a few different types of swaps, just so that there's a little bit more variety. In the past, I've made the same design just in different colors. You can see here, I kind of have the same sketch using different designer series paper. I usually like to make 25 of each type of design. I'm up to 50 so far. I've done 2 designs, but we'll see. We'll see what tonight and tomorrow bring. I do want to finish up by the middle of the week, so I'm ready to roll on Friday morning when I drive down to Pittsburgh. So this is one of my designs. It's kind of cute. The designer series paper does all the work. You can see it's kind of like a full panel. And you open it up and then you can see the other side here. And this is great. You can use almost a whole piece of 6x6 designer series paper. So I'm really about using what I have lately and using it. So I think this is a great sketch if you want to follow along. If you, like so many other paper crafters, might turn around and see a mountain of paper staring at you. So you can see I use the Design to Daydream DSP and the Good Feelings stamp set that came out in the annual catalog in May. So I will show you, or give you the measurements so we can make this card. Okay, we're going to start with a card base. I'm using mint macaron for mine, and I cut it at 5.5 by 5 1/4. So that's different. Usually you do 8.5 and then you score at 4 1/4. So you can see here, it's 5.5. If I move it to 4 1/4, that's when I put my score line in. Let me move that blade before I whoopsie-woo. So you'll score at 4 1/4 and then cut it 5 1/4. So you have this inch fold here. I'm gonna call it my flat. Okay, and what we're gonna do is glue the DSP to the inside of that to make our cover. So the Design to Daydream DSP is 12 by 12. I had a whole stack of it cut to 6 by 6, so I said let's use this, as I still have most of my 12 by 12 pack. That will change. I have a craft fair in a few weeks, so let's get it going. So if you start with your 6 by 6 designer series paper, you can cut it down to 5.5 on one side. Save this strip over here. Rotate it, and you'll cut at 4 1/4. And then move it to 1. So now this is it's still 5.5. You're going to cut it at 1 inch. So you'll have a 1 inch by 5.5 and then a 3/4 inch by 5.5. If you want to save this little strip, you certainly can. Put it on the outside of your envelope. I'm not going to actually use it in my card. I should though, because I said, well, I did say you could almost use the whole piece of 6 by 6. And then from there, the card goes together pretty easy. Just move that trimmer out of the way. I'll get my Stampin' Seal. So you can put a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white on the inside. Then I take my 1 inch strip, 1 inch wide by 5.5, and I'll glue that down. I kind of just put it on the edge here, just to make the inside slightly more interesting than usual. Okay, I want to give this fold again a good burnish. You can tape your Stampin' Seal again. Put it on the inside. And I just kind of line this panel up here. So again, this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Just fold it over. Ta-da! Now you have almost a full panel of DSP on the front and a pretty inside. I have seen this around a lot. I kind of forgot about it. I did attend a retreat a few weeks ago where I got a swap that was sort of similar. This panel was a little bit smaller on the inside, but same idea. Pretty fun. And then you can take your 3/4 inch and change it up. You can reverse it and adhere that. Just put that on that little flap there. Okay, and the card is almost done. So I'm going to use the I'm Just So Happy For You, but you can use almost any sentiment you want. I cut out a bunch of on basic white using the painted label dies that had been out for a season or two. I like them because they put this great little ridge in there. Fancy. Now I'm going to show you just a little tip that I do when I'm mass producing these swaps. I use my Stamparatus. So what I do is I put a piece of white paper, or whatever paper I'm doing here. I put my stamp right where I think I'd want it to be, where it fits. And then I stamp once, and then I cut it out. And then I'll stamp again on a piece of grid paper underneath and make sure that the opening allows the whole sentiment to be through. So you can see like that. And then I just cut these guys out over and over and over, however many I need. I did 25 of these before. And then you can see it fits right in the cutout, and it just makes it easier. Instead of stamping and trying to cut out all the time, now you know that it's going to fit in perfect. Oops, make that up. I'm using Blackberry Bliss. And you just stamp down. And there you go. So a heck of a lot easier than stamping and then hoping that the die stays straight and running it through. We're all done. I did this for one of my other swaps too. Okay, just gonna use some of these extra dimensional borders I have. So you got it, use it, don't waste it. Let me just put some dimensionals around here. Guess I got some ink on me before, huh? A paper crafter never has ink on their hands. That's ridiculous, Jennifer Morgano. Okay. That'll just be a little nice. So again, sort of simple, but the DSP does a lot of the work for you there. You can jazz it up with some embellishments, a little bow, whatever you want. So nice and easy, and you can help plow through some of that paper stash you have. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did and want to see more, like it or not like it, because I do branch out into different areas of paper crafting, why don't you go down to the bottom of this video and click that little subscribe button. Then I'll go right to your YouTube notifications, and you'll know when I post my next video. I will put a link to my blog post in the description for this video so that you can reference the measurements in case you were so enwrapped with my storytelling that you didn't get to write them down. I understand, but they'll be there for you. I'll also put a link to the products that I used. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to try and get a few more swaps done for you, give you guys some ideas for card making, and I can't wait to jump back on with you next week and give you the scoop about OnStage. So excited. Guys, have a great, happy crafty day. Bye.